Everybody, welcome to Snow Talk. Brian Good here on this new week in February, and it's going to be a snowy one at times. We've already seen that this morning. Some areas picking up an inch to inch and a half of snow from the wet snow burst that we had this morning, and we'll continue to see more of these snow bursts because the sun breaks, as you'll see in a minute. At times there'll be sleet, and then it'll probably end as snow. But overall, temperatures above freezing, so we've not had many major problems locally. Now, Eastern Kentucky, different story, but locally, just take it slow. It's mainly going to be slush until sunset, and then different story at that point. All right, on the snowboard, we still have three items. One being, of course, the snow showers and squalls. I'm taking tonight out of the picture entirely. So it's tomorrow we'll focus on. Friday we'll look at, and then still got the Valentine system, although as you all have already noticed, it's been pushed a little more toward just after Valentine's, that we will likely see some type of system pass through the area. First off, here's the visible satellite from space, and again, you can very convective look here to the sky when you see the bubbling of the clouds showing up, the cumulus clouds, a good sign here of the instability that has been building over central and eastern Kentucky and allowing for these heavier snow bursts. The breaks, too, have allowed for pockets of warming that have allowed it to be sleet in some cases. Right now, we're 34 degrees in Louisville. We were 39 and 40 about an hour ago. So big changes in temperature reflexes here as most of these showers and snow showers pass through the area. Most of the breaks now east of 65. There's not much to the west, so we're about ready to enter a very cloudy picture for the rest of this afternoon. And notice the wind direction there was west and now shifting a little more northwest, and I think that's going to be the trend for this afternoon as the colder air begins to work its way in. So the afternoon commute could be a little tricky. All right, here are the snow showers passing through. We had one that came through, taped it video right outside the station here. It was sleet for a while, and then it ended as snow flakes, and then it ended altogether. Same story like it for those of you in the East End, all the way into Shelby County. This is going to be pure snow the way it's looking now through Evansville, and this one could cause some problems for the afternoon commutes. That's one we're going to be watching carefully. And we'll have some stronger winds with it as well. But look at the flow here. Very cyclonic flow over the Ohio Valley. These little pieces of energy just wrapping around that until we get the core of the low pressure itself to move to the north and east. We're going to be caught in this zone here of wave after wave of snow showers. And yeah, they do have less moisture. We are on the back side of the system. This is the back side overall versus the front side has more moisture to work with, but you also have more warmer air to work with, hence the types of precip issues that we've had. So here's the latest look at the alerts that we have currently in effect. Winter weather advisory, basically along and east of I-65. It does include the Louisville area through Tuesday evening. Could they expand this west? They very well could, and mainly because of impact, not so much amounts. Again, we've already had amounts of 1 to 2 inches in some cases, but with this evening, it may be a widespread impact event. So Weather Service is working on that idea, and we'll let you know what they decide coming up when the alerts are updated here in about an hour or so. As I mentioned, 34 here locally, 32 in Corydon, 34 in Jasper, meanwhile 37 as you head to the south with the sun still trying to break through into Campbellsville. Here are the pavement temps. This is crucial for tonight. At the moment, pavement temps running generally into the lower 40s. I think that sensor there around Seymour around Sillersburg is probably not correct, 51. But out to the west here, about 39 as you head toward Du Bois County. So they are falling, but I think that's been our saving grace so far. Why have we seen so many different types? Well, we haven't had freezing rain, because in order to get freezing rain, you got to be below freezing, warm air all the way to the very last minute until you get to the ground level or tree level, and then it's below freezing, and the raindrops literally just freeze to whatever they touch. We're not having to worry about that today. That's kind of a different scenario. Snow, we've seen already today. That's when we're below freezing all the way, top down. That happens. But today with these sun breaks that we're getting, the sun coming out is allowing just enough of warm air to get mixed in where the snow flakes fall, then they melt into rain droplets, but then freeze again in another layer of low-level cold that's developed, and they freeze into little balls of ice that hit the ground. And that's kind of what we've been dealing with. The sleet and the snow pretty much have been falling. In fact, here's a picture from Nicole sent in from our Facebook page. She said, all ice in E-Town looks like styrofoam packing, and it did, even here at the station. Little balls of ice were falling. But from here on out, it should be mainly snow, and we're going to see much less than the sleet that side of things, as the atmosphere is going to be below 32 for sure, top down, as we have to do this afternoon and tonight. Here's Futurecast showing the, again, snow showers, snow bursts rotating through tomorrow morning. It's going to be slick in some spots. We're going to be below freezing at this point, and we're going to stay there throughout the day. More snow bursts throughout the day on Tuesday, And then Wednesday, we see the flow, the low pressure over the Ohio Valley begin to lift to the north and east. That'll end the concentrated areas of snow to more toward eastern Kentucky. And then we get a break. And here's a crucial part on temperature for Wednesday. Do we clear out? If we do, we could see temperatures way into the lower teens, if not single digits. If you look carefully, there was a little bit of a clipper that dove, and the Euro picked up on this too, diving to our southwest Wednesday. At this point, that is forecast to miss all of us and keep us clear, which would mean colder weather. But if that clipper that dives in Wednesday ends up more over central Kentucky, we will not see temperatures quite as cold, and we would have some more additional snow showers. So that's something we'll fine-tune once we get a better handle on the short-range data. But just kind of know it should be a major deal, but it could change the forecast up slightly for Wednesday and Thursday. Then, after that, we get into an interesting setup for the weekend. Here are the soundings from the NAM, high-res NAM, by the way. It showed a little bit of CAPE right here. That's why we're getting a convective nature and the snow showers this afternoon. Tomorrow, same deal, showing that idea. Notice, though, your temperature or your moisture line in green, temperature in red. They're not, I mean, they're close together, but they're not like right up on each other. So it's not heavy snow we are talking about. But yes, the CAPE can enhance that in some cases and create the snow squalls. So we get some good winds here in the lower levels of the atmosphere close to the ground that can reduce visibility and create that squally feel again to the snow. That also leads to wild snow amounts across the area. You can get 1 to 2 inches in one spot and nothing in the other. And we went through this not long ago, and we're going to go through it again. Here's the NAM 4K again. You can see overall the highest moisture content is in the warmer air. That's the way it works. Once we get into the colder air, you don't have as much moisture. You get the smaller blue showing up, but you get higher ratios, the light blue line. So you can get more bang for its buck kind of deal. So overall, it's giving us about an additional 1 to 2 inches on the NAM 4K for Louisville specifically. For the GFS, ignore this part, by the way, for right now. Here's the GFS, same deal. Higher moisture content when you're closer to 32 degrees. And as you get colder, you get a higher ratio that goes to 20 or 25 to 1 in some cases, but you get lower amounts of moisture. But in general, again, 1 to 2 inches can't be rolled out. Can't stress enough. This is not a big snow event, but it can be a high impact event on roadways because everybody drives along thinking this is not a big deal. It's a snow shower. I can handle this. But you can lose control of your car if you don't take it slowly. It's all about common sense in these scenarios. This is not a snowstorm that is going to keep you from traveling in all cases, and it's going to keep you from being stuck at home for days on end. This is a manageable snow event. Just drive slow, allow some extra time, know how to drive in conditions like this, and stay tuned to the weather and the temperature forecast, and we will keep you updated. But if you get out there and drive too fast, thinking it's not a big deal, you will lose control. And again, this is where common sense, the responsibility falls onto you as a driver to be careful. And it's kind of a snow setup here where, again, it's light snow, but the impact can be high when it comes to road conditions. Schreff model shows that we do see an average of about an inch. The models vary anywhere from an inch, inch and a half. Not a big deal. Just kind of further proof of that. Computer models, NAM kind of hints to East Kentucky. You notice the trend. East Kentucky gets the higher totals. But I think the RPM shows how it's hard to draw a snow map once again. And yeah, don't laugh at the little donut hole over downtown here, Louisville area. I know some of you will laugh at that. It's not going to be just like that. But you definitely tell where we're having these little bursts of snow that can add in 1 to 2 inches in, say, Meade County, and then hardly anything in Fern Creek, and then another inch or two into Orange County, and then hardly nothing in Cox's Creek. So it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be hit or miss as snow totals come into play. Just know the potential is there. All right, real quickly, the Euro is hinting at another wave that does dive down for Friday. Watching that carefully, that could add another couple of inches of snow for our area. We'll try to get a better handle on the angle of how this will dive in for Friday, but it is something worth watching. The models have hinted at that for a while. Now, here's the old Euro that I did on Friday for Valentine's morning, Sunday morning. It showed the low over the southwest, cold air to the north. Here is the new run for the exact same time period. Now, not a whole lot has changed. Still got the cold in the north, but the low is not as organized to the south. It's a little more to the north. I think this is going to correct itself because it eventually rolls the low out deep into the south and then rounds the base into Georgia. I think the model is going to correct itself. I think the cold's going to stay here, but I think the model is going to be a deeper low, and I think it has the potential to be a much more impactful winter event for our area starting on the 15th and the 16th. I think the Euro's got the right idea still. I just think it's struggling with how it's going to develop and how it's going to round the trough, if you will, as it comes into the southeast corner of the country. It is still something that I think has the best potential of all of them that I've mentioned that could catch your eye and impact us later on. So again, that'll be about the 15th or 16th of the month. That's it for now. Be careful. We'll have an update on the snow shower activity. The snow burst Mageddon coming out today beginning at 5 o'clock. We'll see you then.